Hello and welcome to this crucial AFC Champions League qualifying Group D from the King Abdullah Stadium. If the pressure hasn't been ramped up before when the top two meet, it has with the result that's gone before this game. Taawoun, Duhail. Quite simply, they have to get a result this evening. The earlier kickoff saw Sepahan beat Pak Tagore, and that now means that it's very, very tight at the top. And Duhail, who fails Taawoun today, have Sepahan in their final game. It's all to play for this evening. Glorious, glorious night here. 28 degrees. A little bit of a breeze, in fairness, than we've had in recent days, but it should be fine for playing football here at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. Well, these two met in the first opening game on the 7th of April, and it was 2-1 to Taawoun, and they were looking very good. They've made one change to that lineup when we see the lineups coming up later that beat Duhail in the first game, whereas Duhail have made 3 changes from that game. Both managers have been vocal in what they want to get from today's game. Both sides want to be clear and away and into the next round, or certainly looking like a prime spot for top spot, and in second spot having one of the best qualifiers or runners-up. That is the task today. So both sides have everything to play for, and they will no doubt go at it hammer and tongs on this wonderful, wonderful pitch here in the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. Games that have come thick and fast throughout April. Taawoun beat Duhail 2-1. They then lost, which was a bit of a shock to the side at the foot of the table. Pak Tagore by a goal to nil. That's the only reverse they've had. They then beat Sepahan by 3 goals to nil before drawing in the reverse fixture 1 apiece. The draw may hinder them, but Duhail, well, they lost their first game, but since then they have been unbeaten. Won 1-0 against Sepahan in their second game, 3-2 against Pak Tagore, and then 3-0, taking them into a reasonably healthy position. And it's one of those where the managers will be happy that their fate is in their own hands, so to speak. But the nerves will no doubt be jangling as they play tonight's game. A little bit of revenge, best served goal for Duhail, and maybe for Taawoun. They've got the heads up, they've got the momentum, and they know that they can defeat their opposition today. Hernan Crespo there, the Argentine, terrific footballing career behind him. He's in charge of Duhail, and the Dutch coach, John van den Brom, will know that his side are capable of beating their opposition tonight. Intriguing is the word. Exciting, we hope the game will be. And it'll be a nerve-wracked 90 minutes for supporters of both of these two sides. The game earlier on saw Sepahan beat Pak Tagore by 2 goals to 1. It was a late victory as well, and for long spells of that game, Pak Tagore had played very, very well in the game, but couldn't finish what were presentable chances. Now, all eyes focus on this one. The Wolves of Taawoun from Saudi Arabia, they are struggling somewhat in their native division. They're only currently 13th in their top division in Saudi Arabia, whilst Duhail, they are second in the Qatar Stars League. They are having a good time. The officials today will need to keep a lid on what is a very excited crowd here. Always nice to see full support coming in and cheering on their sides. Emotionally tied they will be for the next 90 minutes. Every decision for them, well, that's the way it goes. Everyone against them, they'll feel like pain, as every football supporter does around every ground, whatever level. And this is a pretty high level in the Champions League here in Asia. And Crespo knows 3 points tonight puts them up on 12 points. It means that Taawoun can only get 10 with a victory in their last game. It gives them a little bit of a breathing space against Sepahan, who have closed the gap up on 7 points as well. Mind you, their goal difference still -1 compared to Taawoun's 3, +3 at the moment, but that can all change. We can see it in the games that are coming thick and fast in the group stages here. games can turn on their heads in an instant. Can do no more now. The coach has said his words. He's put his game plan. He's put his players through their training procedures. He can do no more. He will give them, in his own opinion, every opportunity to go and perform. And now it's to carry out the plans, the traps, whatever you want to call them, the plays, to the letter that he said. There is a very pensive-looking couple of teams stood in the tunnel. This is a massive, massive and crucial clash here in Group D. Officials tonight, all from Japan. Taawoun make their way out with their captain Ryan Al-Musa. And here come Duhail, captain by Al-Muaz Ali. Quite a few ever presence in both of these sides. They've been pretty solid. Mu'taz Al-Bukhari makes his 5th appearance in 5 games today. Saji Aslam as well, plenty on both sides. As a player, do you want to go and touch the gloves of, or the hands of the player you're about to try and compete with? Sign of respect, yep. You're really in the zone at this point. You want to focus on what's happening. You'll be looking at the opposition, the man that's completely on the opposite side to you in the field of play. Let's have a quick look. Taawoun making 4 changes from their last side. Out go Hawassani, Luyendama, Al-Madoui and Al-Rashidi. And they're going for a 4-4-2. Slightly different this time from Joseph Brom. Normally a 4-2-3-1. But Luis is joining Tawamba at the top of the park. 4-4-2. It's not archaic. It might work tonight. They need the points. There's our referees today. Hiroyuki Kimura, Isayo Nishihashi, Takumi Takagi, and the 4th official today is Yusuke Araki. And they're all from Japan. Well, the big moment. Is it your night? Can you win the toss? Often a massive moment if you're one of those that want to take a little bit of heart from having a heads up or a little way of a head start. And here for Duhail, they make just the 1 change from the side. Madibo is missed out and Lewis comes in. They do stand with their traditional 4-2-3-1. And of course, Ed Milson Jr. hat-trick in an earlier game. Very dangerous. Plays on the left, comes in on his right. Substitutes for both sides. Just the 1 more for Duhail. But the waiting is over. These 2 sides will have been waiting outside of the stadium to come in, get their warm-ups done. And now the football does the talking. John van den Brom focusing. They're both very much in the zone, aren't they? Both coaches. Quite a return for Duhail. They lost the first game in the group to Taawoun. Has that just given them the edge mentally as they go into this game? And off we go. Musa just rolling it back. Toby Alderweireld, former Spurs man, on the left side of a centre-back powering. Al-Barak looking down the line. It's not a bad break on this near side. There's Milson, lovely little step over. Can he get the first cross in? He does, easily defended there. A little bit of intent there straight away from Al Duhail. Al-Bakr doesn't get the ball forward too well, but in fairness, it's a very good solid stance there by Leandro Tawamba. Just made this player come in from behind him. What a player he was. And Crespo lifted long. Tawamba the target. Easy this time for Sakario just to claim just inside his penalty area. Alderweireld. A prize signing really for Al Duhail. Al-Barak. It's not a very good ball. Fairly easy this time. Al-Bakawi. Oh, my word. You heard me say that quite out loud. That wouldn't have done his nerves any favours early on in this game. Medran. This time Bakari does manage to get it a long way forward. Alderweireld with the header. Pounced on very quickly. Tawamba there. Not really getting the ball he wanted. Needed it into his feet there from Lewis. Nam. Edmilson. Nam carries on his run. He's done very well. He's got a time now to pick his spot, surely. Can he find the right cross? It's a very brave chest in his own penalty area. To one. Got the ball out. It's Medran that chested that down. Only part of his arm going anywhere near that ball in his box, and that could have been a decision for Hiroyuki Kimura to make. Medran definitely is the playmaker. If you're unaware of the rules, just 3 overseas players can play in the starting lineup at any given time. Medran gets upended. And a little bit of a lively challenge there by Ali. It was after the ball had gone. Lifted long, inside the target. Not too sure the forward there could have done too much about that. Yazid Al-Bakr. Pretty high flying. Sultan Al-Black over the top. Well, in previous meetings, these two have met 3 times in the Champions League since 2020, and Al Taawoun have won all 3. Is it time for that run to be broken by Al Duhail? Tactical coming up on Tuesday the 26th for Al Taawoun and Sepahan for Al Duhail. Nobody really settling down on the football at the moment. Black gets it in field. Nam goes back to Alderweireld. Alderweireld across to Al-Rawi. Big Belgium. Sultan Al-Black. Over the head of Edmilson, and just taken away there by Al-Amri. Just glancing, always nice for us to get a feel of the game as we look down. We're looking for those that drop into pockets of spaces. We can see who's going to try and dictate play for Al Taawoun, and that's going to be Medran. I think the danger player could well be Tahinam with the 19 on his back. He's going to look to try and play as number 10, but will he be snuffed out? Tawamba. Got to try and run in behind as well. All the way back to Zakaria. Alderweireld really didn't want it there. And tells his keeper, that's not what I'm saying. I don't want it to feet when I'm telling you to clear it. In the end, he spooned it away on the far side. Still having a word with Salah Zakaria. So much at stake for this game, the winner of which will obviously lead the table. I suppose if you're looking at the games to play, well, Taawoun to play on what side of the bottom of the table, PAOK Thakur, you would think that they'll be happy if they came away with a point still to be in this, but in fairness, they've already lost to PAOK Thakur. Here's a real chance opening up. First shot of the game. It's loosely described by your commentators. It sails high over the crossbar by Ed Milson Jr. John van der Brom, well, he'll be a little bit unhappy that it broke so easily there. So Luis will have a chance here because the Zakaria slip. A bit more direct there from Taawoun. Ed Milson trying to get in behind. Keeper's come a long way from home. He's got to get there. Well, Murtaz Al-Bakwawi has gone an awful long way to make the challenge. And there's a little bit of a decision here for Hiroyuki Kimura to make. Well, I'm just a little bit concerned that Al-Bakwawi has elected to go for that in the first place. And we're just going to get a glimpse of the slip that almost put Zé Luís in. In your picture, maybe lucky to escape without seeing a card. Referee wants the whistle to be the defining factor of this free kick. Ed Milson with the free kick. Not a bad delivery. Free header! Oh my word! Indeed. He knows. He nods his head, he shakes his head, and he knows what a miss that was. Bassam Al-Rawi has climbed really well. And he has missed a little bit of a gilt-edged chance there. Got in between Ryan Al-Musa, who's playing at the back. A little bit of a change. We thought he might have dropped into a defensive midfield role, but that seems to be occupied by Nawaf Al-Sufi. Straight ball over the top, and Al-Musa's got to get that, doesn't, allows it to run near side. Ed Milson making a dangerous play here, lovely reverse ball. Al-Musa with the clearance. Metharan will have a chance to get his foot on the ball, or will he? No. And where's Ali gets there first. Luis Chiara just settling things down on that man there. It's a nice ball through. There's a bit of overlapping on the far side by Mohamed Musa. Chance here again. Olunga plays it out far side. Cross comes in, Olunga's missed it. That's 1-0. That is as easy as you like. Absolutely. Karim Boudieff just rolled in there. Nobody picked him up. And that's how you finish a free header. 10 minutes on, and Karim Boudieff puts Al Duhail in front with a lovely header, which Murtaz Al-Bakwawi could not get anywhere near. And Hernan Crespo's side take the lead. So routine that looked in the end. Not even in your picture as you see this cross about to come in, then he just jogs on to a peach of a delivery and then just really guides it in. And it's a lovely, lovely, lovely header. Saw it all the way. And let's be honest, you're not going to stop that if you're the keeper. That's just guided off the front of the forehead into his bottom right-hand corner. Despairing leap. But what a goal for Karim Boudieff. Really, really good. Ever present. Fifth game. And that's why you have the third man runs. Not picked up by his midfield counterparts. And Taawoun will have a little bit of a struggle now. A little bit of a shock to the system, so to speak. Al Musa. Al Bakr. Next 5 minutes, a little bit nervy for Al Duhail. Medran almost caught in possession now. He's done well to win it back and retrieve the situation. Strong challenge. And a free kick. The man that missed the header just moments ago there. Al-Rawi, a little too strong. And Hassan Al-Amri. Taawoun will know that they need to make a little bit of a fist of things at the moment. They've fallen behind to a very simplistic goal. Alvaro Medran to deliver. Flicks off the head and away for the first corner. Bad delivery, put in with a bit of fizz. Alunga, the man that has put it over the top of his own crossbar. Well, that really should be one apiece. Zé Luís is saying he's got a bit of a shove in there, but that really is a presentable chance. Toowoun and Zé Luís may be guilty of getting in each other's way. In fairness, though, Leandro Toowoun was having a bit of a look there after that header went wide, asking exactly what his teammate was doing. Not long by Al-Bakr, headed on by Zé Luís, but that should be easy this time for Al-Rawi just to turn it back to Zakaria. Luis says Ziara, I should call him. It's a terrific long ball looking for the run of Ed Milson, but that should be easy and is easy for Mu'addaz Al-Bakri. Well, Taawoun have been a little bit stunned by that opening goal. A long way to go. They're trying to pick it up here. Tariq Abdullah spreads it out near side. It's up and now driven forward. Crossfield ball in by Al-Amri, but it's a little too easy. At the moment is the man that you want to see on the ball if you're an Al Taawoun group. At the moment it's Al Duhail that look the better side. They're knocking it around with a bit of purpose as well. Karim Boudieff sprays it across the field of play. Target is Mohamed Musa and he's found him. Al-Muabali back to Musa. It's fluttering well on the far side, so that says there's an infringement. There's Lamsad, the man that was upended. Taken quickly by Soyan. Love it. He scored in the last game for Taawoun. That is a beautiful ball. Really lovely. Hassan Al-Amri got a bit of space here. Going inside him is Al-Bakr. Now he's on the outside and receives the ball. St. Louis thought he was fouled by Alderweireld, who puts it back to his keeper Zakaria. And Zakaria, a bit of a ball to nothing, really didn't give his man a chance there, but Karim Boudieff will win it back for Duhail. It's not a bad ball out by Musa, found Tahinam, but Milson's got to work hard here. It's my job to commentate on the game, and I have to say at the moment the more cohesive looking unit appears to be the side that are a goal to the good, and they also look as though they carry a little bit more threat presently in the game. Taawoun seem to be struggling to get to grips with it. They've got a goal down and seem to be reacting to it in that respect. They need to pick themselves up and find themselves with a little bit of something in their bellies. Crossfield again. Edmilson, always a willing man, going to take on Al-Bakr. Crosses it in, Alunga misses it, and that really could have been two. Yes, he knows it. Tahinam knows that could have been two, and that could have been very much putting them in the comfy zone. Should have got a bit more forehead on it. He berates himself, as you can see. He knows how presentable that chance was. Waters heavily this pitch before the game, and players may be being caught unawares. Hassan Al-Amri got away from his man. He's done really well. He's got in front. Surely there was more nibbles at that than me in a chocolate bar when I'm hungry. And it is a yellow card. Sultan Al-Brak gets the first yellow card. He's going to go and have a chat with the referee. I think he would be better off just going away. Hassan Al-Amri trying to get away. And it gives Taawoun the chance to put a set piece into the penalty area. Medran, the string puller, the quarterback, the man that's going to make things tick. He's got two good-looking people to go for here, Zé Luís and Leandro Tawamba. We've already seen their heading prowess. Toby Alderweireld and Al-Rawi going to have to be on their toes. Quite a high line here. You'd be dropping this on the penalty spot. Indeed it is. And right across. Oh, my word, it came late to the man at the back post, and he saw it late. He done well to get on target. And it was the captain, Ryan Al-Musa. Sort of dragged it goalward slightly behind him. Wasn't expecting it in the slightest. I think it'd have been onside as well. But in the end, Salah Zakaria was very happy just to be able to see it roll on the floor. Karim Boudieff comes forward. Edmilson already causing a lot of problems. He's got 4 goals so far in the group games. Lovely bit of work by Nam Tahinam, setting himself. Kiara. Karim Boudieff. Lovely little layoff here. Fullback won't get there. Good work in the end by Iyaz Amsat. Gets a free kick. He's quite obviously setting to his opposite number. You know, one's saying why you're falling over, and the other one's saying why you kicked me. We just get to see this. Right, Musa coming round the back. Sorted it late. He's done well to get it goal-bound, in fairness. It's behind him, he's running in at pace. He didn't expect the ball to come there. Well, a little bit of something there for Taawoun to look into. Well, we got the header away and it's picked up on a drive forward here. Little give and go, well played. Real chance here. Taawoun, 1-1. Such a simple goal. Well made. And Taawoun gets his second goal of the campaign in the group stages. It's a lovely, lovely finish by Leandre Taawoun. His only other goal came against Duhail in the first game. The Cameroonian player took it well. It's a good break in the first instance here. Lovely give and go. Looked as though the whole move was going to break down, but the drag back and turn and spin 7 yards out. Absolutely gorgeous. So behind Al-Nabet, he took it well and just stopped it so nicely with his left foot and finished with his right. As Zakaria just looks at the billowing net. Well, it's all level. Just as we anticipated, top two in the table, going toe-to-toe. Alderweireld looking for Olunga. Easy bring down. A little bit strong there. Well in by Edmilson. Nam. Olunga. Quick riposte. Oh, the chance again flashing across. Boudiaf furthest forward. Ball goes in again. Boudiaf hits the bar this time. Well, it's going to be 5-a-side, 11-a-side today. And by that I mean it's you have a go, we have a go. What a game already. Musa with the cross, Olunga the target. Little flick there from Yazid Al-Bakr, gets it away. Oh, my word, it's a lively afternoon today. Back in front, it's 2-1. Oh, Flack's gone for a foul on the edge of the box. Well, this referee, I think he's having a very good game so far. He's going to be under a fair bit of pressure, the referee. These top games are always ones where you want to make sure you stick by your decisions, work on your decisions, and so far he gets a round of applause from your commentator, that's for sure. The longest throw wasn't the best I've seen. Well, high kick for sure. Milson putting his foot up, and Al-Soubi was the man that almost was losing the top of his hairline. Otherwise, it was a very good bit of skill by Edmilson. That could be an interesting competition between Al-Rami and Taawoun. There is a difference inside. If you don't want to say anything here, because you can be a slightly smaller player and be very good with the league, but Bassam Al-Rami is going to have to be very strong. This Leandre Taawoun goes up against him in every opportunity. Far side, Yazlam Saad. Alderweireld got under it. Al-Amri, what a goal! Hassan Al-Amri, 25 on the clock, 1 down, 2-1 up. What a goal by Hassan Al-Amri. And Jonathan van der Brom has seen his side go a goal behind and playing a little bit in bits and pieces to now 2-1 up. That is a fine, fine strike by Hassan Al-Amri. Really as sweet as you like. Cross came in, it wasn't dealt with. Alderweireld got under it. The header away was really poor, but look at that, one touch and a left foot half volley from 19 yards by Al-Amri. Arrows into the top corner. Zakaria All he's doing is thinking, well, thank goodness the net's there to stop it, because I'm not getting anywhere near it. And Salam Zakaria sees a goal celebration from Hassan Al-Amri and a smile from ear to ear. What an evening of Champions League football we've got ahead of us. It's 2-1 after 25. What will it be after 90? Really poor header away by Sultan Al-Brak on a yellow card after Alderweireld headed it up in the air. And now the danger man, Ed Melson's on the ball for Al Duhail. They're already, possibly, Hernan Crespo thinking about those two headers. Tahani Nam and Bassam Al-Rawi both having free headers and putting them over. Ali Alderweireld. Options maybe to his left, he's gone right. Chance here for Musa. It's a whole different ball game now after Karim Boudieff, and he's also hit the bar as well as scoring Karim Boudieff, so it shows you what sort of open match we are having. And Milson with a back flick just into the feet or the shins there of Yazid Al-Bakr. Well, if you're thinking of putting the kettle on for a cup of tea, don't. I'd wait. We'll give you plenty of time at half-time. You'll have to remain parched until the 45 minutes have elapsed. Musa. The walls of Al Taawoun. Suddenly a little bit more, dare I say it, tigerish. Just going to see Karim Boudieff's effort that hit the crossbar. A little bit of a deflection, but that would have been two for him. Real elegant midfielder as well, in fairness. Musa taking his time with his throw. Alunga comes short and just helps it on. Space on this near side, and the break is on for Yazid Al-Bakr. Decent ball in, dangerous. Alderweireld had to deal with it. And in the end, Edmilson will get a chance to come away with the football, although a little bit awkward to get under control, so it just allowed Al Taawoun to get back at him. Hassan Al-Amri, I feel as though he can do anything after that goal, in fairness. A left foot strike from 19 yards. He won't thank me for saying Hassan Al-Amri, but he's more potent with his right foot. Alunga makes the break into the box. Can he get there? No, it's over his head. Well, that's corners personified back there, this time by Ryan Al-Musa. Finds Medran. Oh, no, there's a break on. Zé Luis has got a chance to break in. He's being chased back here by Al-Rawi. Luis, bit of a tame one in the end. So Luis gets himself a yellow card. I think there could be more out of frustration. He's made the break, he's got into the box. He's got the centre-half, as I would say, sort of pulling away from him. And then in an effort to win the ball back, it's a centre-forward's challenge. Who'd be a manager? Who'd be a coach? Grey hair. Well, Hernan's already a little bit of a silver fox, but he'd be a little bit more of a silver fox after going a goal up and looking comfortable, and then can suddenly find himself 2-1 down. Sorry. Good work in the middle of the park. Boudieff easily taken off the ball. Twamba made the run in, couldn't be found. Lovely, elegant feet again. Alunga looking for the run in behind. Musa was the man that tied it up. Either side looking comfortable, has to be said. Taawoun, ball's going to break here. Wilson couldn't get it under control. Something to be said for good old-fashioned defending, putting it as far away as possible. To Gamba. Zé Luis. Al-Amri. The underlapping Al-Bakr now. Decision-making not the greatest there, but again, Al-Amri wins the ball back. Cut out. A real chance now for the break on. Edmilson, the man with a bit of space here. Olunga waiting for that cross in. Edmilson elects to go on his own. That will squirt away for a corner. Duhail's first corner. Body language isn't great from Al Duhail, and then they're going to wait for the man to go and take the corner. Alvaro Olunga. It's a decent ball in. Headed there by Zé Luis, gets it on his near side, and it's going to be Al-Rawi to put it back in. Well, it wasn't the worst effort there by Olunga. He's got another corner out of it. Will still be the man that has got his cross, a vain claim for a penalty, but in the best world in the world, Duhail Subi would have no way of seeing that ball at all. Edmilson with the corner. Alvaro with the header. Never really looked as though he was going to be able to redirect it. It was more of a glancing header required there from the Belgian. In fairness, got beyond the front post, and then it's a pretty good forehead on it. Just clearing it up there. Olunga with the head. And then the claim for a handball. Thank goodness we got replay monitors for us commentators. Al-Bakr knocks it long. Zé Luis is beaten in the air by Boudia. Different, spectacular, and it's certainly effective. Abdullah Al-Amri, a little bit isolated, lovely touch there. Abdullah with the toe. Tawamba is offside. Good call. Right along the line. As we just get a lovely touch from Yazlam Saad. At the moment, just to sort of feel that there's a little bit of deflation through the Al Duhail ranks. Boudia, scorer of the goal for Al Duhail, and hitter of the crossbar of Al Taawoun's goal. A little bit on his heels there. That's a nice bit of defensive work coming in there by Subi. Good work by Medran, doing more defensive work. Tawamba with a layoff. Abdullah to Medran. Played away on the far side by Duhail Subi, and a break is on here. Now, this could spell a bit of trouble. Boudiaf, Alunga. Well, he's given it everything he's got in his boots. But it never really threatened the goal there of Mortaz Al-Bakawi. How simple was that goal? We just saw the replay right in front of your eyes. This is the equaliser by Taawoun. It's a beautiful stop and turn. Really was a lovely ball in by Soumahan Al-Nabit. This is the other goal. This is the poor header away. Al-Amri, oh, there's a break on here with Taawoun. Taawoun, can he make it 2? It's 2 for Taawoun. It's 3 for Al-Taawoun. And that is a massive blow for Al-Duhail. And the first sign of real animation from John van den Brom, the coach. And just a wee bit of daylight in between the two sides. Taawoun with his second. That takes him up to 3 in the group. And what a blow that is for Al-Duhail. A little bit of a poor backline now. The two wide men a little bit low. Al-Amri. It's a man on the far side, Musa, that keeps him on. Checks inside him and finishes it beautifully. The moment he stepped inside, it was always going to nestle in the back of the net. And just on a very, very personal note, I do like nets that billow. I love these nets here at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. That's a personal note for me, but they're billowing well today. 3 goals now for Al-Taawoun against Al-Duhail, and that's after they went a goal down to Al-Taawoun. And Taawoun with his second of the game. A little bit of soul-searching going to have to go on here for Al-Duhail now. Alunga. Lewis Kiara. Coming together there. Referee's right on the spot. Tariq Abdullah, the man that went down, he's not happy at all there. You see him snatch his hand away. Really, you can normally tell in the reaction of players, and Tariq Abdullah, I've not seen the incident, missed it myself. Not happy with the reaction. There's a bit of a cuddle now. But they were a little fiery, to say the least, but you know, good work again by Hiroyuki Kimura. And Musa gets the drop ball, plays it back to Al-Rawi. Aldevarad. Good bit of work here now. Al-Barak trying to find Boudiaf. Well, this is a little bit different, but Al-Taawoun eating a few seconds up. That'd be nice. Hockey would have called it an icing. It's where you just kick the ball away just to buy yourself a bit of time, and that seemed very much as though Al-Taawoun were doing that, but they've now got to face up to a break on the far side. Ali, shot's going to go in, trigger was pulled, block came in. Tahi Nam was the man that pulled the trigger, and now Al-Taawoun come forward. Medran, get onto that pass there from Al-Nabit. No need to talk too much about that blockage. Luis Jr., Lewis Kiara inside. Tahi Nam plays it forward, well read this time by Ryan Al-Musa. And Hernan Crespo's side, for me, just they're asking questions of themselves here, and they're trying to find a way of unpicking the lock. Near side again, Al-Black tries the cross. And the block, first block coming in by Al-Bakr. Milson is the man that they're going to hope to pull the strings. This game's far from dead, by the way. Deep one across. Ali down. Shot over the bar. Should have been in. He knows it. Karim Boudieff could well have had a hat-trick by now. That was a very, very presentable chance. The header down by Ali. Just underneath it. Needed to get on top of the bounce. Karim Boudieff. Well, he could have had a hat-trick. He scored the first. He's hit the crossbar via a deflection from close proximity, and that really was as nice a chance as he would like. He'll play that over in his mind for a few minutes as well. This won't be the greatest result in the world either for Al Duhail. The final game against a side that's very much got something in. Good footwork on by Almoez Ali. Tahinam. Superb challenge. Still the pressure's on Ed Milson. Curls it. Good save. Maybe one for the cameras from Al-Bakari. But it's a corner nevertheless. Lovely technique. Keeper going with his high hand as well. Yeah, this is Almoez Ali. Looking very good at the moment over on the far side though for Yazlam Saad. And a little look here. This is the poor header away by Al-Barak. And Hassan Al-Amri, it is a little bit of a swinger, but when you put the swinger through the ball like that and you put it on the target, who knows? He'll be as happy as Larry with that one. Slips into Tawamba for the second as well. Tawamba fortunate in as much as the back line of Al Duhail was very fractured. It wasn't in a line. One sat behind the other, which allowed Leandro Tawamba the opportunity to run in beyond. He won't mind. John van der Brom. He's thinking now as we move towards the end of the 45 minutes, what he says to his troops in the 15-minute interval. It's pretty plainly obvious for Hernan Crespo what he's got to say. He's got to roust them. He's got to tell them everything they've done right. He's got to impress on them the chances they've missed that they've got to take in the second half. 3-1. This is nothing in this game. Corner, Ed Milson to take. It's a high hanging one. Alderweireld got us in the way there of Rawi. But it's still a chance there for Ed Milson to get past his man. He has done so. Can he pick the right pass up? Stands it up. Alunga! Well watched there by Al-Bakawi. Stood up lovely. Lunga got a good forehead, good purchase on the header as well. Oh, that's lovely footwork by Medran. That's nice, so good by Al-Taawoun. Zakaria to Alderweireld. Ed Milson. With Ali with a bit of space to work in. The overlap out there as well. Bit of space on the edge of the box. Stands it up. Alunga again. Tries to set Boudieff. Who's stood on the ball, unfortunately. And Hassan Al-Amri carries it nicely. And that is a superb first-time ball. And Tawamba again. Zé Luís is making a break into the box. Plays it in. Zé Luís for... Well, his first touch is a little heavy. He knows it. Massive moments there at the back end of the 45. We're into 3, a minimum of at the end of this first half. But when you're in front and the opposition have got to come at you, there's going to be spaces. And Hassan Al Amri, that's a beautiful ball into Zé Luís, but he's got too much purchase on his first touch. Is that a big moment in this game? Will it define things? Will Al Taawoun basically rue that miss? Al Rawi, Musa. Malunga the only target in there. Ali. Looking for the run of Ed Milson. Gets his head on it as well. I don't want the first half to stop, I'm afraid. It's a very, very entertaining game. The emphasis I'll put on this is it is very much a 5-a-side game played with 11 players aside. The only persons that are not enjoying this are the two coaches, Crespo and Brom, because it's a little too open for either coach. I should imagine one may well be looking at tweaking things as they go into the second half. Alderweireld headed away this time by Al-Soubi. Tawamba. Loose ball's breaking nicely here. Slipped in behind Al Rawi. Got the pace he has. Maybe doesn't have the height, but he's got the pace. And ultimately, Al Nabit a little bit too close for comfort. Bit of space now. Luis Jr. Ali. Musa's there, that's going to be a corner. Late on in this first half, we're into stoppage time. Subi, the man that put it out of play. Al Taawoun will definitely be looking for that half-time whistle now. But there's more work to do. And Milson. High hanging ball again, headed across the face of goal, my word. What a timely duck out the way that was. Zé Luís, unawares that Musa was just loitering with intent behind him, but did enough to put him off. Plenty of chat going on, but at the break, it's quite a game. That man, Karam Boudieff, put Al Duhail in front before 2-goal Leandro Tawamba. And the more diminutive figure there of Hassan Al Amri gave Al Taawoun a 3-1 lead as they head towards the changing rooms. The applause is coming from the substitute. It was a sweet strike by Hassan Al Amri. Chested it down on the left foot, top corner. But Al Duhail are not out of this game. They've hit the bar, they've missed a few free headers, but at the break here, Al Taawoun 3, Al Duhail 1. Hello and welcome back to the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium, where that side, led out by Edmilson and the goal scorer Karim Boudieff, know that they have got a job to be done. The in-play table currently sees Al Taawoun on 10 points, and they play in their final game of the season. The side at the foot of the table, Pak Taawoun, whilst Al Duhail, they will be up against the other side that are right in the mix, Sepahan. And that will be a game to savour coming up in the final of these group games. Well, whether the polystyrene cups were flying around, who knows? But our referee and his assistants make their way out onto the field of play. They've had a fine first 45. Hiroyuki Kimura has kept a lid on things firmly, but after those first 45 minutes have elapsed, I will tell you one thing, and this is just with my commentator's eye, this is far from over. Absolutely. 3-1 is not comfortable, and it's all about how that side in yellow, the Wolves of Al Taawoun, come out and set their stall up. Keeper there, Al-Bakrawi, has seen his bar being rattled and a couple of free headers go over the top. It could have been a different kettle of fish as well. Karim Boudieff, who put a 7-yard out half volley in instead of over the bar. That man there, Hassan Al-Amri, he scored possibly the pick of the goals in the first half, a left foot half volley, 19 yards out, arrowed into the top corner. And there's a man that knows the next 45 minutes will make him look as old as me. The stony face of Hernan Crespo. When he was a player, he had only himself to think of in the team, keeping his own. Being a manager and looking after a squad of players is quite a different thing altogether. Special people go on to be managers. And invariably, if you're in a changing rooms, you'll know the one as you're growing up and playing your football, who are going on to be captains, leaders, etc., etc. But looking after 11 players, 11 egos, 11 talented players, some doing it at the right time and some not. It is a different thing altogether. Well, we'll run through the two sides for you as we get ready for the second half. For Al Duhail, it's the Carrier in goal, a back four of Al Brak, who's on the yellow card, Al Rawi, Toby Alderweireld and Musa. Holding midfielders of Luis Jr. and Karim Boudieff. Then it's three Edmilson, Tahinam and Almoez Ali behind Michael Alunga. And for Al Taawoun, they are having gold Al Bakawi. Their back four is Al Bakr, Al Musa, Al Supi and Saad. They hold in the middle of the park with Medran and Tariq Abdullah. And then they play two wide men in Hassan Al-Amri and Soumahan Al-Nabit. Leandra Tawamba, two-goal Leandra Tawamba, and so Lewis is at the top. Tawamba's down at the moment. The kit must absolutely hate people that cut their socks off. My word. We just see the ball go up, and just a little bunch in the back there by Al Rawi. Just chatting in the commentary box at the break about were Al Taawoun comfortable. The consensus of opinion was not. This next 45 minutes is certainly going to unfold. And as it unfolds, the story gets bigger and better. Mr. Kimura is saying that Leandra Tawamba has to go off. If I was the trainer now, I'd be saying, think of the match ball. You could be taking it home with another goal. It's not quite so bad, that back pain now, is it? Mind games. Always good at mind games. I've been married too long. Not that you needed to know that, but we are amongst a Group D game that is pivotal, and I just thought I'd release the tension for you all. Rawi to Alderweireld, back to Rawi. Lewis has picked a nice ball out there, spotted the run. Mohamed Musa can he get the cross in, does so. Olunga's there, but it's a good defensive header, in fairness, by El Soufi. Edmilson. Olunga's gone early. On this near side. Yazlam Saad gets it away. Musa's got a chance to retrieve the situation. Soumahan Al-Lamid, shirt flapping in the wind with a little bit of a tug. That will not please the manager. Just kills all the momentum of a forward process there for Al Duhail. Tamamba's back. Mithran Al-Amri. Lovely ball there. Tariq Abdullah. Yazid Al-Bakr turning his man inside out. Can he pull it back? Real chance. St. Louis tries to set the ball back. Mithran. Decent block ultimately. Lovely atmosphere inside the stadium, I have to say. Really buoyant. And the ones clad in the yellow shirts of Al Taawoun, they have been singing even when they were a goal down. Saudi Arabian side. Al-Rawi, Al-Muaz Ali, Mohamed Musa. Yazlam Saad getting across. A little bit of a break here for Ali. Decent pullback, but unfortunately he's picked out Tariq Abdullah. Hassan Al-Amri. It's a joy to watch this man on the ball because he covers ground and he retains possession really well. Some people are saying, why doesn't he go forward? But with the twist inside, the cut inside, and retention of possession, it allows other teammates to get involved in the play. Ball's not out of play. Olunga. Al-Soufi goes with him. Tahina tries to tidy up. Edmilson, what can he conjure up? Olunga the target. Well, he could have done better there. Collision with the goalkeeper after is totally accidental. But Michael Olunga, well, I think he's not too short, but that was quite. The big Kenyan there, he's got a terrific chance here, and he's on the way down, which is just a bit of timing out. If he stays in the air just a fraction of a second longer, he's guiding that past the keeper. That's Al-Bakri, I should say Al-Bakari. A bit of a clatter in there by Michael Olunga, the big Kenyan. No commentary needed for what Mr. Crespo's saying to the fourth official there. One solitary point to the finger of the watch. Yusuke Araki being told. I think you have to be a footballer to know what it's like to billow a net, and when you've got billowing nets, that's the way forward. In it goes, give a big billow, fans in raptures. It's just a big mistake. And Hassan Al-Amri again, look at that ripple of the net. No better sight. Al-Amri again with the assist here for Tawamba's second goal. Steps inside of Musa. And all of a sudden, Al Taawoun have pulled themselves from 1 down to 3-1 up. St. Louis, a bit ambitious, covered by Alderweireld. Boudiaf with the lay on. Try to slip it in, but that's excellent work by the captain, Ryan Al Moussa. Bit of a chance on the far side again. Milson, can he conjure something up? It's not a bad ball in. And as big stretches come, that was a pretty impressive one there by Al Soubi. Zé Luís. Narbit puts the ball out of play, one of his own players down. It was a decent stretch back there by Nawaf Al Soubi. Hernan Crespo really not happy with the ability of the Al Taawoun players to find the turf injured, but that is an ungainly collapse to the floor. It's a great toe. It's a superb toe by Nawaf Al Soubi, but down in the creases of where your thigh and groin come together, the adductors and abductors would have been tweaked to their fullness there. And Crespo just making sure that everybody is fully on the same page regarding the time. Still pointing to his watch. He's either telling the fourth official that it's a very expensive watch, or he's trying to justify. I think it's the latter, to say that make sure these moments are added on. Moussa will throw it down the line. Ali will put it out of play. Yazlam Saad will be the man that has to take the throw. Nice little layoff by Taawoun, but doesn't find Zé Luís. Luís plays it far side. With the layoff, Moussa will have to take it away from the goal he wants to go to. Taawoun, but with a good foot. Al Nabit try and run down it. Surely caught late there, and he was caught late. Luis QAT, his full name, Luis Jr. Knew exactly what he was doing there, wrong side of his man. A little bit of a cheap one to give away. Chance now, Al Nabit. Taawoun on the spin, goes down. Aldevarelt, Tahinam, Al Muazzali. Aldevarelt has got an option here. Karim Boudiaf. Milson. Boudiaf again. Just one pass too many again. The yellow shirts are back. 10 behind the ball, just Taawoun, the man that loiters with intent in the centre circle there. Boudiaf. Olunga. This touch a little heavy. Soubi puts the ball a long way away. And Rawi wins it, and Aldevarelt has given a difficult ball back to Zakaria, but in fairness to Zakaria, he's under no pressure. Luis. Loose ball by Moussa. Oh, it's invited the challenge there. Aldevarelt. Duhail will be looking to get the next goal, which has been vitally important. Every goal is vitally important. It's almost like a cliche that commentators come out with when they say the next goal is important, but huge as this contest stands here after 57 minutes. If Al Taawoun get the goal, it will be curtains, you think, for Al Duhail in the game. If Al Duhail get the game, or the next goal, I should say, Tawamba's managed to spin away from his man. He's done very well here. A little isolated, though. Hassan Al Amri. Chance on the far side. Al Bakr fires it straight down the throat of Zakaria. Say Luis wasn't happy he was missed out there. But going back to Al Duhail do get the next goal. Where's the nerves then? Big break here, Almouz Ali, he's in, no flag at the moment, right across the face of goal, it's 3-2. Looks like Ed Milson got the final touch, or Alunga, they both converged on it. What a goal, what a moment. And as your commentator says, the next goal's massive. Almouz Ali breaks the offside trap. Feeds it in, Alunga's there, Ed Milson's there. Ed Milson with a final touch for me. Gets his 5th goal of the tournament into an open goal. Game on. I hope you got your comfort break and your cup of tea at half-time, because you're not going anywhere until this one's settled after 90. What a different complexion suddenly the game gets. Where does the momentum go? Who's got their tails up now? Al Duhail will have their tails up. They'll have to scrap for everything, but that's terrific work this time, coming out of a difficult situation by Tariq Abdullah. Tawamba, upended by Arawi. Not a fan of converging around. There has been a change. And that happened very quick. Mohamed Musa is off. And Ismail comes on. Ismail Mohamed comes on, another forward. Well, Hernan Crespo looking for the big one. Tawamba onto the football. Medran, decent skill. Little drop to the floor. Suddenly lost control of all his bones and faculties and fell to the floor. Interesting thought that bring on Ismail Mohamed. He's right-footed. He's predominantly on the right-hand side. His first appearance, he's been on the bench 4 times prior to today, never started a game. Is he going to play more like a wing-back? Possibly that's the idea. Hernan Crespo knows that they have a very tough final game against Sepahan. Flipped over the top. Free kick given away, and that's Musa, the man that's tried to be over-eager and get past Ed Milson. It's that little bit where Medran went down. Well, yeah. I think there was more hope there than anything else. Ed Milson now on a horrible place for a keeper and defenders. You're thinking that Ed Milson's just going to go, right, I'm flashing this in. It's fast, it's hard, it's dipping. I'll see what comes out of the wash once it drops inside that 6-yard box. A lot of players back for Al Taawoun. Apex of the penalty area. Option for a short one. Went for the fizz, and it's not a bad palm away. Well watched this time by Al-Bakawi. That'll be a corner. Sometimes touch and deftness can just be completely covered over by good old pace, whip and dip. Corner coming in, Ed Milson delivers. They'll go away for a goal kick. Well watched in the end there by Mu'taz Al-Bakawi. Thought he got a hand to it, but it's clipped the crossbar. Tawamba. Ismail with his first header manages to ricochet back to Alderweireld, who clears it. Here's Van den Brom from the Netherlands. He's going to make a change momentarily. Sam Al-Amri went down there, but they all waited, and he's picked himself up. Tawamba plays it back. Musa, square to Al-Soupi. Metran up, little layoff there by Tawamba. Good work here by Al-Amri. Tries to slide it across. Strong challenge. Referee right on the spot. And in fairness, had a good look at it. Unwavered by the histrionics on the floor there. Al-Nabit. Good carry out here as well. Al-Soubi. One touch too many. And now it goes the other way, and he's out of position. Tahinam, great save. Olunga, superb block. Wow. 1-1 with the breakout by the centre half. Real chance here. Tawamba for his hat-trick. Tawamba, great save again. Oh, it's a feast of football. Hammer and tongs. They're fighting tooth and nail. They really are, both sides. And they're both having chances, and there's been saves aplenty already. Nam, great save this time by Al-Bakawi. And then at the other end, Zakari. And that's the claims for a penalty. Al-Bakawi still down. It's a warm night. But, middle four, there is a change coming here. Coming on is Abdul Malik Al-Ayari, and he is going to replace Al-Nabit. Had a hand in the first goal for Tawamba, the equaliser. But is that a reaction? 12-1. Sounds like the instructions are going out there. Brave from John Van den Brom to change from his traditional 4-2-3-1 to a 4-4-2. Hassan Al-Amri seems to have come on this near side now. Tawamba back to goal, trying to spin with Alderweireld. Gets his shot off, but never really threatening Zakaria's goal. Quite a handful. Leandra Tawamba. Lovely ball by Boudiaf. Tahinam just losing out, trying to go forward. Alderweireld tries to feed it far side, and Albrak is the man that can't keep it in play. Out of play. Rawi, Ismail. Back to Al-Rawi. More disciplined, Al-Taawoun, but they've been given a chance to get back in shape. It's not a bad ball. Brack trying to lift it forward. Emilson. Flag is up. A little quick glance on this near side. Correctly so, as we see it there. But the game's sat at a point now where Al-Taawoun, they know that they can effectively try and play in the spaces that will be afforded to them, because Duhail have to come and get an equaliser. But they can't be too conservative with their play because they don't want to invite pressure on. So it's a little bit of an enigma for both sides as to how they deal with this. Loose touch there, Zé Luis. It's not rugby union, it's not 3 points. He's not converted, but I tell you what, he couldn't have got more under that ball if he'd have tried. Definitely one of the more loftier clubs out of the golf bag there. Arawi looking for the long ball over the top for Al-Moez Ali. Real chance again. Steps it back. Well, that's not a bad effort. See that man appear in the commentary quite a bit. Lovely flick on Tawamba's in behind. Can he get there? Can he finish it? Well, that's a very strong hand there by Zakaria, allowing Alvaro to get the ball away. Route 1 football, Ismail, has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. But again, John van den Brom will be a little bit miffed that this hasn't hit the back of the net. That could have been game, set and match there. Just didn't get enough loft on it. Yaslan Saad with the throw. Tawamba the target, he's got time to hook it back in. Al Amri, good save by Zakaria. Well, Salah Zakaria will be asking exactly where his defence is. Yassim Al-Bakar with the throw. Tawamba again makes a nuisance of himself. He'll get the corner. That's lovely skill by Hassan Al-Amri. And the picture paints 1,000 words. Zakaria, a blanket telling off for everybody in front of him. Only the second corner for Al-Taawoun here in the 71st minute. Mid-round to take. And Boudiaf will just effect the clearance. That's not a happy man from the Netherlands either. It's getting to the point for John van den Brom. He either tries to stop the counter-attack and try and block everything up and invite pressure on. It's a difficult one for him. Milson. Some support. Boudiaf with the deep ball looking for Ali. He's timing a little bit awry there. Saw it from a long way out. Didn't really want to be that under the ball. Another change coming from Hernan Crespo. Al coming on, replacing Luis. Time just moving away on a game that has enthralled us from start to finish. There's still a long way to go. The finishing post for Taawoun seems a long way away. Lovely touch again by Zé Luis, and Taawoun with a shot from distance. Good combination played by these two up front. Zé Luis just helps it on round the corner. Taawoun took it early. Idea possibly right. Connection wasn't great. Ali with the cross. This time it's blocked on this near side by Yazlam Saad, who's down again. You won't need me to tell you that Mr. Crespo will be pointing at his watch and talking to the fourth official again. It's I can understand his frustration. I really can. 5 times he seems to say there. And actually the referee taking a strong line, Hiroyuki Kimura, saying just go off, you're right near the touchline. It wasn't an impact injury from body to body, it was just stopping the ball. Hassan Motaz is about to come on, centre half at times, so be interesting to see where he goes in. He might just drop into the full-back position. As I say, the final game's coming up on Tuesday. Taawoun will be playing at the bottom of the table, Pak Takor, who lost earlier on today to Sepahan. And Al Duhail, if it stays as it is, would be second in the group, and they played a side in third in the group, Sepahan. What a crucial game that is. And that won't be one for the people of nervous disposition either. A lot riding on 90 minutes there. Hassan Motaz comes on. And that looks as though the race may be run for Yazlam Saad. Motaz with his first touch of the game. Not great. Second touch is a bit better. Third touch is a good old smack to the halfway line to Wamba. It's going to make it difficult for Al Rawi, and he's gone past Al Rawi. Can he make it his hat-trick this time? Little chip back. What a save again by Salah Zakaria. He is a handful for the Al Duhail defence. Really, really quite something. Netherland will be here with the corner. Lifted in, glanced away. Kick given away. Edmilson not impressed by that. Duhail SC round the side. Bit of leg, bit of ball. Subi going across on the far side. Almost a back three now for Taawoun. Hassan Moataz more of a centre half. Is it going to be the counter-attacking Saudi Arabian side that go on to get their next goal and the points? Oh. Hassan Al-Amri. Michael Olunga really not happy. It shows the desire in both these sides here. Well, that's rather silly, in fairness. Let the referee deal with it. Al-Ahrak. Yeah, I know he's upset. I know he's disappointed. And then card is brandished. Al-Malik. Bit of frustration being shown there by Al Duhail. Moaz Ali lost a lot of Michael Olunga there. Al-Bakari leak up every second he can. 18 minutes now, 10 minutes. Footballers don't need to look at a clock, they just know, they sense as the anxiety gets a little more in their bodies. All change. It can all change so very, very quickly. Tariq Abdullah with a throw, finds Tawamba. Tawamba tries to find Mezran. Ali clears it. Boudiaf. Caught in possession almost there by Al-Amri. Yari was the man that went in close. Got to be careful, he's on the yellow now. There's a break on here. Edmilson's in. This is danger. This is big danger. And it's a very poor shot. Moataz Al-Bakari will be so thankful that that is drilled straight at him. Edmilson on. Michael Olunga was not. See what he wants to do is open his body up to try and go for the far corner. Topped it somewhat like one of my golf drives off the tee. And the man that fell on the ball, smiling, Al-Bakari. Edmilson again. In the thick of everything. Good overlap here, real chance. Mezran's got to stop this away, and he does very good. Temper starting to fray amongst the Al Duhail players. Ismail. Where are we? Trying to measure it. Alvaro offers some support, but he comes out this side to Ismail. Ismail, that's not a bad ball. Nam. Lovely back heel. Ismail. Oh, they've got a screen for hands and a penalty's given. Oh, 82 minutes. And the captain, Ryan Al-Musa, has slid in and used his hands. Referee right on the spot. Lovely bit of skill here. And yeah, it doesn't need me to tell you that Ryan Al-Musa's arm is a long way away from his body. and that is a penalty. And absolutely spot on by Hiroyuki Kimura. Medran in the melee has got himself a yellow card. And Taawoun could well be wobbling. Well, it looks like Michael Olunga is going to be taking a penalty. He's getting plenty of slack in here from Al Musa and Medran. Change has been made. Edmilson. Chance for him to get his second on the night here. How much pressure? One can be a hero, one can be a zero. If it's scored, then Al-Bakawi will have done his best. If it's missed, Edmilson will feel unbelievable pressure. Big moment, though. Every second delays. Edmilson could be changing his mind. There's no mind games between the two. Edmilson fires it in, he gets his second, it's 3 apiece. And Al Duhail are back in the pack. Well, in the celebrations, Michael Olunga appears to have been injured. But for that young man, he showed great determination and courage. And then Crespo cuddles all round. Ismail, Ryan Musa. Favourite moment if you're a player. Look at that net ripple. Sweetest feeling in the world. He knows it. At that moment, everything pales into insignificance. The pressure comes out so quick. Where is your thought process now? If you're a neutral, you're loving every second of this. If you're an Al Taawoun fan, the game can't end quick enough. If you're an Al Duhail fan, you'll want another 20 minutes of this, because you're the side now that have got 2 goals without response in this second half. Olunga. Ali puts it in, Olunga back to goal. Little layoff. Nicely hacked away in the end by Tarek Abdullah. Medran. Just got a long shot there, and it is a question that doesn't need to be aired, but are you trainers with a suit man, Alan John van den Brom, white trainers at that, or are you a crisp grey suit, smart Hernan Crespo? Just a fashion question I'd like to pop out there, just to try and detract from the next 4 minutes, which are going to be quite pulsating. Edmilson joins Tawamba in the 2-goal club today. Edmilson delivers. Decision. There's a corner of Al Duhail. But at the moment, Al Taawoun will be believing that every decision's going against him. 87 on the clock. The half started, they were 3-1 up. 3 apiece, and they're defending for their lives. Olunga, it's in! Oh my word! 4-3, and I'm pretty sure that is Taawoun that has put it in. It is Taawoun that's put the ball in. And that celebration, well, I never did. 7 goals. And I said just moments ago, Al Taawoun needed it to finish. The shirt's off, the card's out. A card for a goal. That's a fair swap in that man's views. Could not miss. Olunga with a header back across the face of goal, and Ali in the splendid isolation of the 6-yard box puts his header away. And what a turn up for the books this is now, mate. Hernan Crespo, not 15 minutes ago, was saying I want every minute added on. I think that the Al Duhail coach will now be saying, no, don't forget the time wasting, don't worry about it, let's just get on with the game. Well, have Al Taawoun got themselves anything left in the locker? Topsy-turvy game, really has been quite something. Said at the break, although Al Taawoun were 3-1 up, that this was far from over. But I told you couldn't disappear out for a cup of tea or a comfort break, and that has proved to be quite something. 2 goals in 5 minutes have turned it upside down. This really has been the game of the group stage in the East or the West. Just quite something. A 7-goal feast, and 1 even now as time ebbs towards the end of the regulation 90 that still may have yet another twist in the tail. Olunga trying to get in behind. Hassan Motas got enough on it, but all of a sudden 5 additional minutes. Mr. Crespo may well be saying, I'd like that to be reduced now on appeal. You do feel that Al Taawoun are a little bit dispirited. And now Hassan Al-Amri has a word with Tahinam. Michael Olunga, he likes to be involved in most of the conversations, in fairness. He's a very vocal young man, the Kenyan. I think the phrase, what goes around comes around, may well have been said by Tahinam. Crespo may well want his side to be a little bit more conservative with the football. Tawamba. Alvaro. They're giving the ball away. Hassan Al-Amri got onto that, and it's just hacked away here, and this is not good. They need to be a little bit more precious with the football. Al Musa tries to slip it through. Edmilson cuts it out. Michael Olunga. Nice bit of skill. Ryan Motas, he's got a real chance to pull this back to make it another goal, but it's a good bit of defending ultimately by El Soubi. Part of me just has to say the beauty of this is that Al Duhail will be... They're just kicking themselves. They're giving the ball away. They're going for it. Many other spears of this game. You've seen Michael Alunga down by the quadrant where the corners are taken, trying to hold and eat up as many seconds as possible. Well, Salah Zakaria is down, and a referee might just need to make a little bit of a stance here, because it has been happening throughout the game. And I think Hiroyuki Kimura has been very good. But I dare say there's a little bit of, you know, just a little bit of what's good for the goose is good for the gander, as we say in England, from Al Duhail just at the moment. A lot of soul searching from that young man as he heads back to his seat. A bit of fortune as well off the shoulder of Alunga. No fortune there. Almoez Ali with the header. Terrific header. Has it broken the hearts of the Wolves? Well, it's still all to play for. The table changes round. The live table now sees Al Duhail top. Pretty much through, I would say, even if they end up finishing second, which is debatable now. But I don't think they can, in fairness. They're 6 points clear of Al Taawoun. So they will be table toppers. Oh, what a big win that is. Mental arithmetic was never my favourite or strongest point, but I've managed to get that one just about right. Alunga tries to come in, that's cleared behind. Al Duhail will have 12 points, Al Taawoun and Sepahan on 7. And Sepahan take on Al Duhail, a side already qualified in the final game, which means that Al Taawoun will need a result against the only side that's beaten them in the group, PAK Tagore. You can hear the screaming, mainly from the benches. Edmilson puts the ball in. Hassan Motaz tries to set things off. Al-Soubi's got to get it forward. Can't be playing football there now at this moment in time, surely. And it's a loose ball, real chance here. Ali, can he finish things up? And here we go, off to the corner with him. Every touch, every second. Still, the seconds, we're on to time added on at the end of time added on. Hassan Al-Amri tries to get the reverse ball in, and that is enough. Hiroyuki Kimura of Japan says that is enough. And it brings to the end a sensational evening's football here inside the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. And a massive, massive evening. It's the first time in 4 meetings that Al Duhail have come out on top of Al Taawoun. And you really wouldn't have seen that at the break. They created a few in the first half, but went into the interval trailing by 3 goals to 1. 2 goals from Leandra Tawamba in your picture, and a goal from Hassan Al-Amri put Al Taawoun firmly in the driving seat, but it was never a comfortable 3-1 lead. And then 3 unanswered goals in the second half. Edmilson, tap-in, then a penalty. And then Almoez Ali with a header to make it 4-3 just 2 minutes before the 90 were up. You can see what it means. They are through. But what a game. Finished here, Al Taawoun 3, Al Duhail 4. What a match. Superb.